I'm sorry for asking a question you've been asked a million times, but
no.
Please take me back to when this first became a possibility for you, and how did it evolve from a Barbie movie to this?
Whatever this is.
I love rollerblades. Where are we going? Barbie Land. What?
Whatever one thinks a Barbie movie is going to be, I don't think they imagine that it's going to be this.
Come into my weird house. Hi.
Well, the very first moment was really Margot Robbie came to me and said, she, along with Warner Brothers, had the rights to Barbie, and would I like to write it? And I said yes, and I had Noah Baumbach also come write it with me. It was like a big question mark. How do you adapt a doll? I mean, it's just like a very odd assignment. But I think there was something in it where I thought it was just strange enough that it might have something kind of brilliantly off-kilter in it as a possibility. And then it was once we had the script that was when I thought, I really want to direct this.
You put a bow on it, and then you went, I think I want to shoot it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Were there set pieces along the writing journey that really drew you to directing it? For me, writing the 2001 bit,
Yeah.
the Ken battle on the beach,
Yeah.
the dance sequences.
Yes. Yeah.
Looking good, Barbie.
Thanks, guys.
There was a quality, because we wrote so much of it in lockdown, and nobody was going to the movie theaters, nobody was seeing anybody really, and there was this sort of deep isolation and fear, and at that moment we thought, well, I don't know if anyone will ever go to the movie theaters again. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know in what form the world's going to exist, and I think it in a way freed us to write something that was so wild and anarchic and joyful. I mean, there's lines in this movie, maybe one person will laugh at them, but, when she says, I'm having a real Proustian flashback, and he says, remember Proust, Barbie? That did not sell very well. Like, things like that, I'm like, I can't believe we're writing these jokes into this movie. And it was like, so much of it felt so...
You wrote it for yourself?
Yeah, well, in a way we did, because it was like, we were each other's entertainment at that moment, and I thought, I can't bear to let anyone else do this.
I'm so glad. I want to say, at the risk of being an oversharer, I cried at several points.
Yes.
Because I don't think anyone really has a clue what they're in for here.
No.
I'd love to talk to you about the marketing. Before we even get into that, there are lines like, you are not the things you think make you you.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure I'm butchering because I was too busy crying to write them down properly.
Yeah.
But have you seen people getting really welled up towards the end?
Yes, I've seen lots of people cry in this movie. I knew people were gonna cry at this movie. Sometime in test screen stuff, people really, it got them. And, I always think the best cries for me, I mean, there's lots of good cries in a movie theater, but one of my favorite ones is the ones that sneak up on you.
That's exactly this film.
Yeah.
My eyes were leaking.
Yeah.
And I went,
like,
what's this?
And you're like, why am I crying at a Barbie movie? Or on some level, I think that's you're like, this movie was meant to just be and you're like, oh no. Like it kind of, I think it just catches you off guard. I mean, I love laughing in a movie theater and I love crying in a movie theater.
I thank you for it.
It's the thing I like, so I try to make the things I want to see.
I'm not good enough for anything.
I think you're just right.
I just learned to cry. First I got one tear, and then I got a whole bunch.
Were there lines, though, that you could see the actors struggling with because they couldn't get them out without corpsing or breaking?
Yes.
The Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Yeah.
That's like a 12 take, 13 take. Are there scenes that spring to mind outside of the set pieces that have a very long number of takes required?
The thing I think of most is Margot laughing when Ryan was doing things. Like when he would go and yell, when he yells Sublime.
I wrote it down.
We've had, when we were editing, we had to take it right up to the moment where she starts breaking a lot. Like she can even see in the movie where she's almost she sees the corner of her mouth go. And the same is true of Ryan, because he would do things with totally straight face and totally committed, and then he'd break himself based on what he was doing.
Can I talk to a doctor?
You are talking to a doctor.
And I need a clicky pen?
No.
A sharp thing?
No.
There he is. Doctor!
Somebody get security.
But there were also lots of things because they misunderstand the quote-unquote real world.
Wow, this is the real world.
There were lots of really word salad-y lines that they had trouble getting out, which I always felt bad for. But I like things said, Noah and I wrote the script and we like it said exactly as we wrote it. But there was one that Ryan just couldn't, it was like, you could stay if you want as my bride wife or my long-term low commitment distance girlfriend. And he was like, what is this line? And I was like, he's just mashing up things he's vaguely heard about.
I ended up writing down all my favourite line readings. One of them was, yay, space.
Yay, space, that's my favorite.
I honestly was like, can I pause the movie just for a second to appreciate that one more time?
Yeah.
Obviously, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. Oh,
with the R's at the end.
Oh, yeah. That was, Ryan invented that. That was like this laugh he came up with for Ken. I remember he did it for me, and I was like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, and you can 100% do this the whole movie. But it's funny, yay, space, to me, that is like the essence of Barbie. Like, when she did that, I remember when we shot that, and she got the, like, yay, space. Like, it was so funny, and it's so... You couldn't exactly explain to someone where the joke is. It just is delightful.
It's not humorous in of itself, but it is pure delight.
It's delight, yeah.
The other one is the line reading of girlfriend, boyfriend.
Girlfriend, boyfriend.
Girlfriend, boyfriend.
Okay, bye, goodbye.
Yeah, okay, bye, goodbye, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
And may I say, I love hearing that the wrap gift was the Jordans with Barbie on them.
Yeah, I know, amazing. Also, Ken, Ryan made an amazing gift.
Ken, Ryan.
I just call him my Ken. He made an amazing gift for everyone, because we shot most of it here in Leavesden. He made these, shirts that said, Kenergy Tour live from Leavesden with, a horse with a blonde wig on it. Anyway, but I remember that when he was making these T-shirts, he at one point had Barbie on it too. Mm-hmm. He had to go through a process with Mattel, and they said, you can't use Barbie. We're very sensitive about Barbie. He's like, what about Ken? They were like, oh, you can do whatever you want with Ken. We don't care about Ken. And it was literally, that's what the movie is. And they were like, you can use that, but it doesn't matter.
Yep, Ken, Schman, whatever.
Yeah, they really were like, you can't use Barbie. We don't want you to make a shirt that's anything Barbie. But yeah, go for it, Ken. Who cares?
I love the idea of them going, Ken, do whatever, but Alan.
Yeah, Alan.
He's holy.
Oh, hi, Alan.
There are no multiples of Alan. He's just Alan.
Yeah, I'm confused about that.
We have to wrap at this point, but I cannot wait for I Am Knuff.
I Am Knuff. Yes. I know. It's so good.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to keep up to date. You can listen to my Radio 1 movies and TV podcast, Screen Time, on BBC Sounds. And you can find these interviews in full on BBC iPlayer by searching Movies with Ali Plumb.